Hey guys, PGA Tour Coach Randy Joyner here with our Truth About the Lies Champions Corner. This week we're talking about Rory Mcilroy, his 27th PGA Tour victory for the number 3 ranked golfer in the world. Rory won the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am, my personal favorite golf course that I've had the opportunity to play in tournaments a lot out there. So we're going to talk about 3 things that Rory does that can really help you with your game. Now, I hit it a lot further now than I probably have ever hit it. Rory's picked up distance, believe it or not. So Rory carries it, he carries it over 300 yards now. He hits some 345 to 350 tee shots even out there. The ball doesn't fly quite as far at Pebble, believe it or not. But I'm going to talk about one thing that you may not be able to hit at 340 like Rory does, but one thing that will help you with your driving game. What Rory always pays attention to is he pays attention to just pausing at the top for just a split second. Now, nothing like an Hideki or a Cameron Young, but he pauses at the top for just a second, gives himself a chance to collect what he's stored up with the power, and then stand on his left leg and hit it. So that's something that you can do. So let's show you what this looks like. So as Rory steps in and gets set, he just keys on, feeling like his weight moves a little bit to the right side, and then pause at the top just slightly, and then all the way to his finish. All right, so that's what Rory does with his driver that can also help you with your driving game this spring. He pauses at the top, lets it collect for just a second, so weight loads onto that right side just a little bit, and he really holds his finish as he goes through. You'll hit some really long straight tee shots like that. It'll really help your game this spring. Now let's talk about the second thing that I think Rory does that can help you with your game. So we talked about off the tee, how Rory gets it set at the top, pauses for a second, holds his finish, hits it miles. Here's something that Rory's worked on in the last couple of years. He's worked on hitting a little bit more of a cut. Rory's more of a natural drawer of the ball. But one of the things he's worked on a lot with his iron game is taking one more club and making a 3/4 shot. So we're going to talk about that because that can help most of you. You've got 14 clubs in your bag. You don't need to try to career it and try to rip an 8-iron 160 yards when you can take a 7 or a 6 and kind of chip it in there. It's all about hitting it closer. It's like throwing darts when you get into this part of the game. So what I've got here, I've got 168 yards. So for me, that would be today, it's a little bit downwind. Today, that would be my 8-iron is about 165 yard club, so it would be a normal 8. But what I'm going to do to show you this shots, I'm going to take a 7-iron, which is normally my 175 to 180 club. That's what Rory does. I'm going to take a 7, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a 3/4 swing. So I'll show you here first, right in front of the camera. Instead of making a normal full swing, my hands are going to be just below shoulder high on the backswing, and I'm going to finish just about shoulder high on the follow through. That's what a 3/4 shot is. So you're not taking as big a swing. It'll flight the ball down just a little lower. You've got much more control over it. You're going to hit it closer to the hole. You'll shoot lower scores. So let me show you what that looks like. So that's a simple shot that can help you guys. Rory uses that a lot. You take 1 or 2 more clubs, make a shorter swing, and you're basically just hitting a long chip shot. That will help you tremendously with your iron game. Those of you that have trouble striking down on the ball, this will help a lot. So let's go to the third thing that Rory did at the AT&T this weekend that'll really help your putting. So here's the third thing that Rory Mcilroy used that I think can help you with your game in his win at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am this weekend. With putting, Rory, it was pretty widely known that Rory struggled with his putting several years ago. Rory had a tendency to kind of block his putts. He was holding his left wrist too flat. Struggled with it for a while. He spent some time with Brad Faxon and worked on just making his stroke much more of an athletic motion. And here's something that I think you probably wouldn't pick up on that Rory does, but I think it can really help you guys. Rory doesn't make practice strokes by the ball. Now, I recommend you don't make practice strokes at all. I don't. To me, it's just like shooting a free throw. But what you'll see Rory do is he'll stand back behind the putt. He'll make just a small little stroke, but then when he walks in, everything's kind of on automatic pilot. He's going to set up without a practice stroke. Takes one look at the hole, gets comfortable, hits the putt, stays in his posture, and holding that posture is critical. If you can hold your posture after the putt, you're going to hit the putt much more solid and you're going to have much better speed control. So that's how Rory putted much better. Again, his 27th win on the PGA Tour, 3rd ranked player in the world. He's almost unbeatable when he's on, but those are 3 things he does that can help your game. So again, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you on next week's Champions Corner.